What's up, fam? This is your boy El Jefe, and I'm here to talk to you about the Hyphen True Wireless Earbuds. Now, a few weeks ago, I gave you a first look at these earbuds just to kind of give you, a little idea of what was going on with them in case you were interested in picking them up right away. So now I'm back to give you the full review. Now, these are coming in at $69.99. I'll leave a link to the Indiegogo campaign in the description box down below in case you're interested. Now, before we go any further, and for full disclosure, Hyphen did reach out to me, send over these True Wireless Earbuds for my honest opinion and review. And if this is your first time here, maybe you're not familiar with the way that I do things, whether a company sends out the product to me free or if I go out and buy it myself, I'm always going to keep it 100% real with you and let you know whether or not it's worth your hard-earned money. So with that said, let's get right into it. Now first, let me tell you about the things that I don't like, and then I'll tell you about the things that I do like, and then I'll make my recommendation if I feel that way. So first up, the battery life. So Hyphen claimed that they were able to pull 5 hours worth of playback time out of these earbuds, along with an additional 28 hours in the case. So through repeated testing, I wasn't able to get more than 3 hours and 14 minutes worth of playback time at 75% volume. Now I'm sure we could probably get that number closer to, the 5 hour mark if I turned it down to around 50%, maybe 40%, but I don't listen to them at that volume range. So 3 hours and 14 minutes at a regular listening volume for me, 3 hours, 14 minutes is the best that I can pull out of them. So to me, that's a major gripe. Considering the competition is getting, double that, that's a serious problem for me. Next, we have the case. So the case itself. Now, just a quick disclaimer, they did tell me in their email when they reached out to me that they were going to be updating the case in a future run. I don't know whether or not they've done that yet, but the case right now is the one that I have here, and it's the one where the lid pops off the top. So for me personally, I'm not a fan of that design. I like them where they have a lid that either scrolls to the side or pops open, but that has a hinge, something, so that it doesn't fall off or get lost or fall out of my hands or whatever, whatever it might be. I just like it to be all in one piece. Not only that, it's also very squared off, which, in itself doesn't seem like it's that bad. But when I have them in my pocket, because of the fact that it's very squared off, and it has the, square edges and stuff, you can really tell that it's in there. I wouldn't really call it a very pocketable case. Something like the Samsung Galaxy Buds, or, even like the J-Buds Air, or things like that where they have that nice, smooth, rounded case, makes it much more easier to slip it in and out of your pocket. Another gripe I had is the fact that the way that the earbuds sit in there. So they sort of sit backwards. So let's say you're wearing the earbuds and you go to put them away. You sort of have to crisscross them over. So the right earbud goes on the left side and the left earbud goes on the right side. So when I take them off and I go to put them in the case, it always throws me off that I have to switch sides on them. Now I'm sure that had something to do with packaging or something that was going on with that. I thought it was kind of weird. I'm not really a fan of that. It's very nitpicky. I know I'm being very nitpicky, but it's just one of those things that I figured I would throw out there for you guys. On the plus side, as far as this case goes, it does feature Qi wireless charging. So that's nice. And it also has fast charging for your earbuds, where 15 minutes can give you a full 3 hours worth of playback time. So that's a nice touch. So it isn't all negative with the case. The technology is nice. It's just the shape and some of the design, decisions I'm just not a fan of. The other thing that I thought was a little bit weird is the mono mode. So if you want to, use these earbuds independently, you can do it. It's just very clunky. You have to go through some extra steps in the setup. So initially you want to pair both of these, pair them together, pair them to your phone, and you'll see Hyphen when you go to pair them up. Now, if you want to use the left one by itself, you can totally do that, but the right one, you can't until you pair the right one by itself where it says Hyphen right. Once you have that paired up, then you'll have true mono mode with these earbuds, so where you could pull out the left one and use it by itself, you could pull out the right one and use it by itself, and it totally works. Even the auto pairing works. So it's just a little clunky. It's not a huge negative thing. You do have to go through some extra steps in the setup. It can be done. It's just a little clunky. It's not intuitive the way it is with the Samsung Galaxy Buds or like the Apple AirPods, for instance. Now, as far as the negatives, that's pretty much it. So let's get into some of the features and some of the things that I do like about these earbuds. So first, the touch controls. So the touch controls actually work really well. You have volume control, you've got skip track forward and back, you've got play pause, you got answer and hang up phone calls, and they all work really well. You don't have to do any heavy tapping or anything crazy like that, just light taps and it gets the job done. And I don't have any issues with like accidental taps on these. The only time that might happen in my usage is when I'm, putting them in and taking them out, where I grab them by where, the touch control is, then sometimes I might do something. But aside from that, just on regular, day-to-day use, that hasn't been an issue for me. And then speaking of comfort, these are actually pretty comfortable once you get the ear tips correct. Now, just sidebar here, make sure you guys take a few minutes to, try out the different ear tips to where you get the ones that fit in your ear correctly, to where they don't fall out of your ears and where the sound is the best. Make sure you do that. It'll greatly improve your experience. Listen to your boy Jefe when I say that. But overall, the ergonomic design of these earbuds, the way that they fit in my ears, and the fact that they don't slip and fall out is a major win. I really do like the way that these were, ergonomically designed, and they sit in your ear and they don't cause any ear fatigue. So I really like the way that turned out. Another feature that I like is the fact that they are IPX5 rated. So, if you want to get into that summertime super soaker and water balloon match or whatever it might be, short of actually going swimming with these earbuds, you're going to be okay. If you get caught out in the rain, or if some water splashes on them, maybe something like that, not going to be a problem. That IPX5 rating is going to have you covered. So I really like that feature, especially for those of you that are, want to use these earbuds to like work out. You're going to be sweating profusely and things like that. Not going to be an issue for you. You can totally wear these for your workouts. And then as far as the connection goes, these are using Bluetooth 5.0, just like any other good earbud in 2019. So the connection is solid and stable and fast. So I didn't have any issues with pairing them up. And once, you've got them paired, like I said before, they do auto pair, which is nice. As soon as you pull them out, they pair to each other, they pair to your device, and you're ready to rock and roll. The distance on these is actually pretty good. I got about 41 feet before I started experiencing any clipping, with the music or with the playback of whatever I was testing them with. So not bad. And then as far as lag and latency goes, when you're watching a video, you don't want the people, the dialogue when they're talking to be not lined up, with the video. So as far as latency goes, I didn't experience any latency on Android devices despite any app I was using. Didn't matter if it was YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, any of that stuff on Android devices, not an issue. The only time I experienced a tiny bit of latency, just like I've said in so many videos, it's the YouTube app for iOS, but only the YouTube app for iOS. So Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon on iOS, there's no latency. And I'm talking about minimal latency. I notice it, so I figured I would let you guys know in case you're the iPhone user and you might see it and say, hey, Jefe didn't mention this. I'm mentioning it right now. But as far as the Android phones I tested it with, I used the Galaxy S10 Plus, I also used the OnePlus 6, and I used the Google Pixel 3a XL. So connecting to all those devices, not a problem. All the controls worked, everything was fine. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about with these earbuds is the call quality. So let me go ahead and play you guys some samples, both indoors and outdoors, and you guys let me know what you think.
Here's a microphone quality sample on the Hyphen True Wireless Earbuds, making this phone call from indoors, just to give you guys an idea of exactly what these microphones sound like. Here's a microphone sample of the Hyphen True Wireless Earbuds in an outdoor environment. It's semi-windy, not too windy. Let me know what you guys think of the sound quality outdoors in the comment section down below. Can you work with this sound quality? Let me know.
So what do you guys think? Is that call quality something that you can work with on a day-to-day basis? Make sure you guys let me know down in the comment section. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that sound quality. So first, let's talk about the volume of these earbuds. So for me personally, I can listen to these comfortably till about 75, 80%. I can go as high as 85%. 90%, it gets to be a bit much. Anything above that is just too loud and you can damage your hearing. At least I can damage my own hearing. I don't know about your guys' ears and how messed up your hearing might be, but they've got plenty of volume to work with. So video, dialogue, audiobooks, podcasts, anything like that where the dialogue might be a little bit low, you've got some good overhead there. You can definitely turn them up and be able to listen to what you want to listen to. As far as the sound quality itself goes, so these have a more dynamic and rich sound. So you've got emphasized bass, you've got emphasized treble. The mids are a little bit on the recessed side, so it seems like a very V-shaped sound. But man, The bass on these is pretty serious. I was really surprised. Some of the bass on some of the songs in my headphone test playlist have some big drops and some serious sub bass, and these actually picked up those bass lines. That was pretty good. On certain tracks, certain hip hop songs that I listened to, it was actually a bit too much on the bassy side, and it sort of muddied the mids a bit. So that was kind of an issue for me. But if you're listening to, anything that's outside of just a pure hip hop song, so if you're listening to, EDM or rock or whatever else out there, vocals or Motown or oldies or whatever, everything sounds really good if you're into that dynamic sound. So if you're one of those people that are looking for that flat and clinical sound signature, you probably want to stay away from these because these are not for you. These are more for somebody who wants that pumped up bass and that pumped up treble. That's what these are bringing to the table. So for me personally, I really do like the sound quality of these, and they have good volume to go along with it. So pretty good. Overall, as far as the sound quality goes, I was pleasantly surprised and very happy with the way that these sounded. So all in all, do I recommend you guys going out and, backing this Indiegogo campaign? Do I recommend you guys go out and pick up the Hyphen True Wireless Earbuds? For me, it's sort of a mixed bag. I really have mixed feelings about these earbuds. So that saying, I would probably say no. And let me explain exactly why. And hopefully, Hyphen is listening and they can kind of take some feedback from me. We'll see. But the main reason I'm saying this is because the competition in this price range, right? Between $60 and $100, heavy competition. Battery life of the Hyphen True Wireless Earbuds, despite the fact that they claim 5 hours worth of playback time, at 75% volume, I'm not getting more than 3 hours and 14 minutes after repeated testing. So for me, that's a major drawback, and that's enough for me to say, you know what? Your money could be better spent elsewhere. But it all depends on what you find more important, because the sound quality on these is excellent. So if you're willing to sacrifice some of that battery life for really good sound quality, then these might be the ones for you. For me personally, considering the competition that's out there, I think that money could go to a better set of earbuds that not only covers the sound quality, but also gives you double the battery life that I'm getting out of these. You've got the Anker Liberty Airs out there pushing almost 6 hours. You got the Sabbath E12s out there pushing almost 6 hours. You've even got the Creative Outlier Airs out there that are pushing 8 to 10 hours. So it's really stiff competition in this price range. So it really comes down to what you prefer and what you prioritize in your earbuds. So I'm not saying that these are bad earbuds at all, so please don't take me out of context. These are some solid earbuds. Considering this is their first time putting out a set of earbuds, these are freaking excellent. But like I said, the competition is stiff, and for the same amount of money, you could get something that gives you all of these features, but also gives you that battery life that we all crave. So, do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section. Also, if you have any questions regarding using or, just owning the Hyphen True Wireless Earbuds, let me know those questions down there as well. And if you're one of the people who is like an early backer, or maybe you already received yours in the mail and you've been using them, let me know how your experience has been. Have you been getting better battery life than what I've been experiencing? Please let me know. I'd love to hear your experience. And if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and hit the dislike button. There's always one or two of you out there, and I don't want you feeling left out. And if you haven't done so already, consider joining the fam. Hit that subscribe button along with that small notification bell, and this way you never miss any of my weekly videos. So with all that said, I hope I brought you some good value today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in my next video.